everyone. So today, as you all know, we have a guest in our midst. But before then, I have this. This is her book. It's on Amazon. If you've not gotten this book, I will appreciate every one of us to get it. It's from Amazon. It's her book. It's written a practical guide to early years matters. So it's a very nice book for you as a parent. Guest is here finally.
It's a good training as well. And the reason why I said it's a good training as well is like even link it back to what is happening in Africa now. The teachers, because of they have anger issues, and they need themselves, they need anger management. Like I do say on my channel, you can't give what you don't have. So we're not all perfect. So you need to be able to identify the area that you need to work on. So like that area of like therapy or something, I think it's a good area as well. It's not even for your job, it would also help you. Like everybody, we all need therapy in one form. It's good for us as well. Breathing mechanism, just have alone time to yourself. You breathe in, breathe out, reflect on what has happened. How you're going to go about it. If something of such happen in the next time, how you're going to deal with it. So it's a very good one. I think it's a very good one.
Okay. The next one is, can you give us just three characteristics of an educator, something for us as a parent to look out for? Because when we take our kids to school, we have something to say, okay, this person is like this person is like this person I believe can take care of my children.
Okay, so for the first characteristics for me will be patience. Okay, you need to know, is your child's teacher patient? Are they patient? You would know now. Maybe for instance, you want to talk to them, you're saying, oh miss, can I have a word with you? And then the person say, oh no, they don't have a time. Or even if you're talking to them, they're not maintaining eye contact, they're looking elsewhere, you would know that oh, this one is really, you would, because the patience is really important, to be able to listen to the parent, to be able to listen to the child. And you see sometimes, especially back home in Africa, you see some teachers complaining about, like, young children. Yeah, they're complaining. We all see what's going on social media. You're complaining, oh, the child can write. And how old is this child? You're saying the child can write. You're not even patient with the child. You've not, you only did it like once or twice. You're like, oh, the child is supposed to be writing one now. The child is supposed to be writing two. I'm like, where is your patience? You have to be patient. So it's really important. One of the characteristics of educator is the person have to be patient, okay? And another thing is the person have to have passion. That's like what Lady G said. Passion for the subject area, genuine passion for the children, genuine passion for your job. You love your job. You're so passionate about your job. This is something that you want to do. You feel that there's a need. If you have not, like, you feel that, oh, there's a need, that you so much passionate about your subject area. You really love it. And another thing is, another characteristics is, the educator needs to have empathy. And what do I mean by empathy? You need to be able to put yourself in people's shoes. Put yourself in the child's shoes as well. For instance, if a child is crying, you're not going to say, oh, is it because your mom or your dad left you? That's why you're crying. They're going to come. What's wrong with you? You've started the crash since how many months? You're supposed to get used to it. You have empathy. If the child is crying, you need to go over to the child and say, oh, don't worry, your parents will soon be back. They went to work, they'll be back shortly. So that's what empathy is all about. Putting yourself in people's shoes, feeling the child's pain. If a child is crying, maybe the child has a headache, you should not say, well, we've administered paracetamol now, you should be fine. So you just say, oh, the child is pretending. There's nothing wrong with the child. The child just don't want to do work and other. So for me, because of our time, patience is really important. Empathy is really important, and you also need to be passionate about your area. You need to really love what you do.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate. So in 1 minute, what is your take on spare the rod and spoil the child in 1 minute?
Oh, my take on just all about what we've been saying since. Because if it's in the Bible, if you spare the rod, you spoil the
Yes,
child. So that's why, like I said, sometimes, even as parents, we give in to the children and say, well, you just look away, you ignore. Don't, because the little things that you're ignoring every day, you're like the saying, and little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. So if you think, well, I will ignore, I will not do anything like that. So don't spare the rod. Okay, because if you spare the rod, you're going to spoil the child. But what I'm going to say is, it's not all the time, like, especially back home, that you think, flogging will solve the job. No, there are some other techniques,
exactly.
there are other approaches that you can use instead of, like flogging the child, like positive reinforcement, telling the child the consequences. If you do this, well, this is, if you don't want to listen, this is what I'm going to do. And they would learn, especially taking away what the child likes. No child wants that. If you say to the child, oh, because you misbehave, you're not going to have this, you're not going to, they don't want it. And when you put all of this, it even works much more than flogging the child and telling, because and there are some children that they are well used to flogging. They will say, well, if you flog them, oh, don't worry, it's one of those things. So yeah,
Odeshi, see, this topic is something that I have wanted for a very long time for us to really sit down and discuss it very well. And I'm happy that you really did justice to it because a lot of things are going on in this education sector. So I really, really appreciate you for coming. And I
is on
almost finished
Amazon.
to,
My book is on Amazon. A practical guide to early years mentor. So
yeah,
please go buy my book on
thank you
Amazon.
so
You're going to
much.
learn a lot. And thank you so much. I talk with
I'm
Richi
telling
for
you, I'm
having
a
me. I really,
witness.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate you bringing me on
You're
board.
welcome. You have a lot of things packed here. So thank you everyone. I really appreciate you. And please follow up this parenting series because we have lots of people coming up for this series. So please follow up because this series is a very important one for us as parents. Please, parenting is not easy. So bye. Have a blessed week. Bye everyone. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.